Hey, it's Aaron, and today I'm with a 2024 Mercedes-Benz EQE SUV. So this is part of the Mercedes EQ line, which are electric vehicles. Started with the EQS sedan, and now I believe there are 5 or 6. I think it's 5 models in the EQ lineup, with more coming. So this comes in alongside the EQS 580, which is a bigger SUV, so it's a little bigger than this. So yeah, kind of give you an idea of where they're at in their model ranges. They've got a sedan, they've got like 3 different crossovers, and they've got a small compact sedan. So lots of options in the Mercedes lineup for fully electric vehicles so far.
Hey, this is Aaron from AaronOnAutos.com, and today's review is brought to you by Stop Soldier Suicide. Find the link below, click, and donate. Appreciate it.
This is in particular is the AMG variant, so to buy this as it sits is much more than the regular one. The regular one starts at somewhere around $80,000. This one is pushing that triple digit number. It's pretty close to 100 grand. But this is a seriously luxurious SUV, and it is beautifully done on the inside and really good looking on the outside, and pretty good as an all-electric, especially with the AMG package where you get the air suspension and some serious go juice under the hood. I'll talk more about what's happening under here, then we'll talk about the exterior design, and then I'll look inside for a minute. Alright, one of the beauties of this is if you upgrade to the AMG package and this bigger model. So there are 2 models. The 350, which has a slightly smaller battery pack and a lot less power output. With that one, I don't remember the numbers. I'll have to put them on the screen because I can't remember the numbers on those. The numbers on this one, however, are a lot better than that. So you boost horsepower by a lot. I think it's about 200. It's a big boost. This is the 500 model with the AMG package added. So what the AMG package adds are some of the handling components for suspension and chassis, also some changes on the interior as far as badging and things like that, and then of course the AMG badges out here, specifically right here. And remember, that is a electric horsepower, which means your torque is from 0, your horsepower is constant. So you don't have to build up to it and then use it, like you do with a gasoline engine. You just have it. So this is exceedingly fast. Also has 4-wheel steering, part of the, I believe that's part of the AMG package. I'm not sure 100% on that, but it is. I know it is. I know it's on this, and you can feel it when you're doing corners. This is a sizable SUV, and it's heavy. And turning corners, it just goes in a fast 90, no problems at all, because those rear wheels will turn a little bit. That was also a feature of the EQS, if you remember when I did a review of that car. So wonderful, wonderful setup. I really like the way it feels. It's a great handling vehicle. This is a true sport SUV in every sense. So let's talk about design, and then we'll get inside it a little bit. So coming in from the side, it looks very much like most Mercedes SUVs. You can see the kind of compact styling they tried for, so it looks smaller than it really is. That's due to kind of a short front and very short overhang, very short on the back as well, that overhang. So it squishes the vehicle together a little bit, and then you can see the lines, how it curves everywhere. So you got a curve along the roof line there. It's an actual curve, but it doesn't impede on rear seat headroom. And then you have this belt line here that's curving up towards that. All of that pinches the vehicle visually, which gives you a lot of movement and also just makes this vehicle look smaller. The door handles suck in and then pop out when you unlock the car. If the battery is disabled for any reason, these will pop out on their own automatically because they're held in rather than pushed out. So that's just something to note, there is a physical key slot behind this right here, so you can take the physical key out of your fob and still get into the vehicle even if the battery is for some reason not functioning. You're going to see that like after a wreck or something like that. A lot of vehicles shut off the fuel. In electric vehicles, they shut off the power. That is pretty common across the board. It's a safety measure. So anyway, then you can see the body lines. Very, very simple curvature down here and that hard brake right there. And then this is actually your filler spot for your windshield washer fluid. Just to make it easy access, you don't ever need to open the hood on this for any reason. It's all right there, and your spare stuff or your tire inflation and toe pins and everything are in the back. So you really have no reason to ever open the hood. You have to have a special kind of mechanic key to do it, which you would get as an owner. But there's really no reason to ever be getting under the hood on this. There's nothing there. It's just a whole lot of components. Anyway, so simple body lines running here, and then right in here fades in with a line that creates this rear fender. That line and this rear hump right here accentuate the musculature of this as an SUV. And then very large wheels. These are 22s, I believe. If I remember correct, they are 22s, 21s. So these are 21-inch wheels, Michelin 275s. These are great tires. These are Michelin's, what's the name of it? Pilot Sport. Great tire for this car, and these inflate. If you don't know electric cars, the tires are different than they are in a regular car. They're made to handle more weight. These in particular have about 41 or 42 pounds of pressure in them. That's about 10 more than a normal car. You have to remember an electric car on average weighs about 30% more than a gasoline equivalent. So anyway, great body design, very simple and elegant. It's nicely done. I like that rocker panel looking thing on the bottom. I like the extra edge they put on it to kind of give it a little bling. So when this is shinier than it is right now, it's slightly shinier than what's underneath it. So it's a really good look, and you get a lot of light play on these simple but very well done panels. That's a true mark of luxury when you can pull off having such simple looking bodywork but have so much going on with it at the same time. Let's go look at the working end a little bit, and then we'll talk about the interior. So on the back here you can see the badges for AMG, and then you can see it's an EQE. There's also some bird poop. Whatever. I didn't wash this car. I've been driving it for a week, and I left it the way it is. Yeah. Because I didn't want to wash it. Anyway, lots of rake happening right here. So it comes down pretty hard and then flattens out. Slight roll right here to match what's on the doors over there. Very, very good looking. Small little spoiler up here. It's large in width, but it really only sticks out maybe 2 or 3 inches right here. Really nicely done. The whole thing blends together really well. I also love this. I love those flip outs. I don't know why. It's probably just because it's a stupid, quirky thing. Anyway, for the cargo space, what we're looking at is pretty decent depth, pretty good height. So you can get a decent amount of stuff in here. Now, because of the rake, most of the tall space is way back here. So if you're in the habit of hauling around like big screen TVs, this probably isn't the vehicle you want to do that with. But you do have splits. So you can see the 40-20-40 split on that rear seating right there. You can plop down the middle, both sides, whatever, and get more going on there. You don't have any storage under this, but you do have your tow pin and access to the jump charger, stuff like that. And then back here you have a 12-volt plug over there. You have a couple of grocery hangers and some D-hooks in each corner. Milk jug spot over there. And yeah, so pretty simple but useful cargo space. Not huge. There are bigger ones on the market. If this was a more square design, it wouldn't look as good, but it would have a bigger spot. This is roughly the same size as the EQB, and the EQB has a bigger cargo area because it is a more square back design compared to this. This is a more sporty design, so they're kind of aiming for both markets. The EQB is also cheaper than this. It is the as far as I know, the lowest cost option in the EQ lineup. I'd have to double check that, but I'm just going to make a guess that I'm right on that. Anyway, let's go look at the inside. Now check out the sound it makes when you lock the door. And then the sound it makes when you unlock it. So cool. I'll show you a picture of the back seat. I'm not going to bother showing it off. It is very roomy, plenty of room back there. I have no problems, head, legs, any of that. But just for time's sake, I'm going to jump ahead and get in front up here. Now, I'll show you a photo, but there are screens going literally all the way across the dash. There's a fully digital screen here for the instruments. There's a large screen right here for infotainment and mapping and so on. And then there is another screen over here for the passenger to use to do a whole host of things, including stuff that would be on this screen, but you can't access manually as a driver. So when the vehicle's moving, there's a lot of stuff you can't do, like entering addresses into the nav, or putting in a manual radio station number, stuff like that, because the vehicle wants you to be doing this, not looking over here. The passenger can do all of that from that screen without having, while the vehicle's moving and everything. So really cool. Also some setup stuff over there and a few other things like streaming and so on. This can handle multiple devices being connected. So you can stream music off of more than one device in here, things like that. So really, really cool. Now, because it's the AMG model, has some extra knobs down here at the bottom that give you more power and all that good stuff. And yeah, just a great layout, really, really comfortable. I really like the way that Mercedes designs interiors now. They have much improved over what they were before. This has a wonderful head-up display and a nice kind of interior lighting ambiance to go with it. And then this in particular, this package has this cream, kind of gray cream color happening on the bottom with the darker gray down there to match the denim gray that's up, or denim blue gray that's up here on the dash and on the tops of the doors. So really nice layout, beautiful interior, feels really good. The panoramic sunroof I could do without, and this cover does not keep all the light from coming in, but it is nicely done. You have to get used to operating it. It's you flip on this and touch. It's not buttons under here that run it, so you kind of have to get used to how that works. But once you do, it's really easy. USB plugs everywhere, etc., etc. This is a nice vehicle. You're paying the money to get a nice vehicle. Mercedes is delivering with this. All right, so there you have it. 2024 Mercedes EQE. This is in the AMG package. It is the 500 model versus the 350, but this is a wonderful, wonderful electric SUV. Drives beautifully well, surprisingly well. It is such a heavy vehicle that you don't expect it to be as nimble as it is. It drives almost like a car, as close to a car as you can get and still be an SUV. So wonderful job on that. I love the airbag suspension. I love the four-wheel steering, all the things that make all of that happen. So there you go, 2024 Mercedes AMG EQE. So this has been Aaron. Talk to you again soon. Subscribe.